Do you notice on a pretty regular basis you are exhausted? You don't even know how you're going to get through the day. And yet, with all of that exhaustion, you lay your head on your pillow and you can't sleep. That's a pretty common issue. The problem is people are trying to get energy from coffee and energy drinks and sugar and all this stuff, and it's not working. That's why you're still exhausted. Well, let me tell you why what you're probably doing isn't working. You see, just like with energy in our body, it's very similar to our cash situation. When we're using adrenaline, which is the hormone that the body releases when we're in fight or flight, when there's a trauma going on, we want that emergency energy, just like using a credit card. Now, obviously, credit cards can be useful. They can get us points for all kinds of things. But when we're crashing, when we're really crashing because we can't pay the minimum payment, we can't get anything in here because we don't have this. What do we do? Or maybe we just get more and more credit cards and pay, and eventually we can't meet the minimum on any of them. And what do we have? We have bankruptcy. Well, that same thing can happen in your body. When you're trying to do stimulants and you're trying to get the adrenals to pump and pump and pump, you can totally crash. You see, your body has a cash source of energy. It can be almost unlimited cash. Cash is king. And that means that you can actually have the energy for everything that happens in the body. Do you know what produces that kind of cash energy? Well, hang in there because I want to explain the whole process and give you a solution on what to do. So let's pay attention. How would you know if you're lacking this kind of energy? Let's go through the symptoms, because I know I've had them in the past, because I crashed in my 30s and my 50s. And after a little bit of a head injury, I had another small little crash. And I had some of these symptoms, and I did what I'm going to share with you, and it made a complete difference. So what are the symptoms of having low cash energy? Well, you have brain fog. You have difficulty focusing. You also might find that you get dizzy when you stand up or sit up or get up out of bed very quickly. What about poor exercise stamina? You know you should exercise. You need the muscle. You need all the things that exercise give you. But just the thought of exercising, or you exercise and you're more tired afterwards. That's that cellular, that's that cash energy that's missing. Or maybe you've lost muscle tone no matter what you do. Maybe you have tired, fatigued eyes, especially if you're on the computer all day. What if you deal with afternoon headaches, or the mood swings from anxiety to depression to you're just all over the place with emotions? What about blood sugar issues? It's all over the place. You're eating and not eating and eating the wrong things. What about breathing? Holding your breath, shallow breathing, such a common behavior at the moment. There might be chronic inflammation, which means pain, chronic pain that nothing seems to alleviate. Trouble falling asleep, you can't stay asleep, you wake up tired. Those are all symptoms that you're living on credit card energy instead of cash. So what produces cash energy in the body? I'm glad you asked. Let me share it with you. It's a little engine in virtually, not all, but almost all the cells of the body called mitochondria. The mitochondria produce ATP. A great big word, but let's keep it easy, because your brain probably wouldn't remember the big word. And what is that? All that power. This is what powers energy, sustainable energy in the body. Now, it's not just one mitochondria per cell, one little energy engine, because your brain, your eyes, and your heart can have upwards of 10,000 mitochondria per cell. So doesn't it make sense if you're not giving your body what it needs to make energy with the mitochondria, your brain, your eyes, and your heart are most at risk? That's worth pondering. I can say it again, 10,000 engines per cell in your brain, in your eyes, and in your heart. So what are all the things that are depleting this? And as I make the list, you might go, well, I can't deal with all those overnight. Well, of course you can't. So I'm going to give you an easy solution while you're in the process. The things that lower the body, the cell's capacity to make mitochondria energy, those things look like, well, it might be that you have lots of heavy metals. It might be that you're in front of a screen all the time. It might be that you're exposed to a lot of pollutants. There's so much in our environment and our work situation that's just draining the battery. So are you ready for an easy couple of solutions? Well, hands down, my favorite, and the clients that work with us in our community, is a product called BC ATP. Right there in the name of the product is ATP. This uses carbon technology, wonderful technology, which I talk about in another video. Carbon technology in the formulation of BC-ATP is to empower the cells to make more ATP. The BC does stand for carbon technology, but I like to call it brain candy. It's exactly what your brain wants. And if I have a day where I need extra focus, I just do a little bit more brain candy. Normal dose is 2 twice a day, but you can go higher than that if you're having a demanding day. Now, the other thing that's equally important is to make sure that you have enough glutathione. Glutathione is our master antioxidant. It is responsible for over 400 functions in the body, especially that of addressing inflammation and accelerated aging. Neither one of those we want. My favorite way to help get glutathione to the cells is the Numi Swish product. Because it's a nanotechnology and you swish it in your mouth, you get the glutathione, curcumin, and antioxidants in the cells in about 70 to 90 seconds. So now you've equipped the cells, you're helping the cells make ATP. That's golden. That is a big, big deal. Now, in addition to that, what can you do? The other thing you can do is to make sure you're actually getting sleep. Sometimes it's retraining our body by getting to sleep a little bit earlier, having an evening routine to prepare yourself to rest, and then it's making sure that you're hydrated. Our body is 60% water and our brain is closer to 80% water, so hydration helps. Movement helps. We've become a population that sits. It's the new smoking hazard to health. You can go for a walk, you can just get up and down from your chair. You can move around, you can go up and down stairs, just move. If you can exercise, that's great, but if you can't do that right now because you don't have the energy, just go for a walk. Go for a walk. Go for a walk. Now, you may be thinking, I'd like to do this and I'd like to have encouragement and I'd like to be able to do more than that. What am I going to do? I wouldn't leave you hanging. For over 8 years, we've had our Easy community to help people learn the basics of health and movement and mindset and create baby steps that they can do that over time helps them create the lifestyle that works for them. Now, isn't it time for you to realize you have options to that exhaustion? You have options that you can do right now. Because if you ordered this today, it may take a couple of days to get to you, but you could still get up and go for a walk. You could still drink some water. You could join us in Easy right away. How are you going to do that? How are you going to find these products? They're all on our website at lifestyleforhealth.com. So I want you to know, exhaustion is a common problem. It's simply a sign that the cells can't make all that power. It's a sign that you're aging way too rapidly, and it's a sign that you don't know what else to do. You've been given the answers. Now, the next step is yours. Go to lifestyleforhealth.com, BC-ATP to get that energy being produced, supporting the cells with glutathione, and joining us in our Easy community to learn the next baby steps to create the health that you're looking for.